All right, guys, good morning and welcome to the Sports Buffet. Accra, Ghana edition. We are still in the All African Games, and you know how it is. We'll give you update from the All African Games, the performance of the Nigerian team, and the table, and then we jump into other talking points that we have in the beautiful world of sports, especially football. On the show today, we'll talk about the All African Games update. Medal trickles of medal for Nigeria slowed down. The traffic slowed down as we picked up only one gold. And I think how many bronze and silver did we pick yesterday, Kalajai?
One goal. I think I can't remember how many silver. I know there's one gold, some silvers.
Okay.
No,
One gold, some
silver.
silvers, and some bronze.
Yes.
And then we also lost, in some parts anyway, some of the competition anyway. But long and short, yesterday we dropped down to third as Algeria came up with equal number of gold, but more bronze and silver to overtake us. But now we got one additional gold medal to put us on 23. Egypt is still, like I said, Egypt is not playing in the All African game. They are playing, they are that Veda. They are up there. There's nobody. There is no Jedi Force to even stop them. That's the funny part. So they have 128 medals already, while Nigeria is still on 60. And so they are times two whatever we think we have. 60 overall. Algeria have 86 medal overall. South Africa have 78 medal overall. So in the bracket of the top four, like you have in Premier League and some of the leagues in the world, in the bracket of the top four, even though we are second, we are the weakest link in terms of volume. But you see, the thing about competitions like Olympic, like the All African Games, gold is all that. If I have one gold and you have 2 million silver and bronze medal put together, but you don't have a gold, I am regarded as being on top of you. So Nigeria is on the medal table. We are ranked second right now, and we hope that we continue to go. I'm just, I'm taking it for granted that there is no way Nigeria is going to be overall winner of this. Again, the Egyptians, they came prepared. The Egyptians, when I watched the men's wrestling, there was something I noticed with the Egyptians. I don't think I mentioned it in my update. Is the fact that the Egyptians knew who they were going to fight, and each person, understood how to take them. What I mean by that is when they fought the Nigerians with a low center of gravity. Now, in wrestling, people with low center of gravity are very hard to deal with. They are hard to turn over. They are hard to put on the floor. But the Egyptians, they match us, the ones with the low center of gravity, they brought a guy that, this is not disrespect, it's just descriptive, that had the flexibility of a monkey. And he could, go, even when he was injured, he was still there fighting and was able to get the medal over Nigeria. Then with our giant, the our overseas base wrestler who was like the heavyweight guy who was in the big category, they also brought in their own Goliath as well. The Egyptians also brought in their Goliath, and believe me, what he did. So there is in any fight in combat, there is something I call lock, and then there is something I call. Even my producer noticed it. He had a technique for going for his leg, catching one of his leg, and then bringing him down with the other leg. Right? He did it the first time. He scored 2 points or 4 points. He did it the second time, scored another 2 points. And before you know it, he turned him over. If they turn you like three times, you're out. Okay. For every turn they turn you is 2 points anyway, but they turn you three times, the game is over. He did it repeatedly and he won. And that's the same way they did with all our people. Just the same way our girls knew how to score the points and win the opposition. They knew that, okay, they can overpower their opposition, and then they put them, if they put you down, if they put your back on the floor on the mat, you are at is a knockout. But they put your belly down, it's 2 points. I'm learning. I didn't know all of that before, so let me not come here and pretend like I'm an expert. This is not football. So all of that just brought about a different dimension and a different spike to it. And I just kind of like realized that, okay, these guys, they didn't just come here like, oh, let's just fight, maybe we'll be lucky and then we'll get something out of it. Well, no, it wasn't like that. It was different. Well, that's about the All African Games. And the internet problem. I mean, it's still there, but I don't think it's a. I just realized that it's not a Ghanaian thing. It happens in Nigeria. It happens all like almost everywhere. But it's complaining. I hear rumor, hearsay. I don't have fact to it, but I hear that the Yemeni boys have caught damaged some of underwater cable that supplies internet from Europe and America to East Africa, West Africa, North Africa, and every part of Africa. America about the fight in Gaza, and they will do of the Black Sea, and then this one, a whole lot is going on. Some people are really willing to bomb us back into the Stone Age. We're supposed to be advancing weapons of progress, going into further civilization, but right now it seems like some people just want to, force the Third World War to come. Since they couldn't get it from Ukraine, maybe they want to get it from the Arab Spring in the Gaza Strip. But that's a different conversation. I'm not here to talk about the things that I don't have concrete facts about, but I'll stick to what I know. And what I know is football. So let's come back to football. There's a very big rage going on, raging storm in England. Okay, so Gary Southgate was listing his players for the friendly game this month, and he called up Ben White, and Ben White passed a message through his football director Edu Gaspar to the coach and said Ben White does not want to be disturbed at this time, right? And Gary Southgate first off came out and say it's very disappointing that the player would turn down his national team, blah blah blah. So Ben White has told England he doesn't want to play. Reviews Gary Southgate after Arsenal defender left World Cup for mystery personal reason before reports of a bust up with Steve Holland. Okay, that was back in the day, right? Now this match that is coming up, the man has said, "Look, I'm not playing." Okay, and Gary Southgate feels a bit disappointed. And then trust England, English people now. Everybody now have an opinion. First it was Jeff Powell who came out to say no player should refuse a call from their country. According to Jeff Powell, Gary Southgate must cut Ben White loose after the Arsenal defender rejected a place in England's squad. Right? Should a player have the right to say, no, I don't want to play for my national team right now? It could be for personal reason. It could be other reasons. I think for me, I would have loved if somebody like Joe Aribo, for instance, I told the coach, I don't want to play at the AFCON because I'm not in the best of form. Then taking him there and he's not delivering. Or the one where you both signed, Francis Uzor, for instance. So the idea that no player should reject national call-up, I don't think it makes sense. Okay, now let me also bring in another one. Kevin Phillips was not playing matches previously and he keep getting called up. Now he has started playing and all of a sudden he doesn't get the call up. What's the justification of his selection back in the day? So sometimes too, when these coaches make this decision, they should also understand that the player should have a say so. It's their career, it's their life. If they're not in the proper state of mind to go play for the national team right now, they're not ready. Yes, he's playing well for his club. The environment is different. Okay, it could, the same environment that gives other people highness is toxic to other people. Remember that. Always remember that. What is toxic to one person is exciting for another person. You know how this saying, everything is fun when it's not happening to you. So if he finds that environment that the national team currently not suitable for him, and he decides, you know what, I don't want to play. And I'm not saying this because it's a national player, but I just think that bringing out Dama and saying, "Oh, if you don't accept invitation for a national team, then it's a problem." I think that that's a tad bit to step too far, taking it too far. Players should also have a say so in how their life go, their career go. After all, it's their career, it's not yours. They are the one who have the dream, like, oh, part of my dream is to play for my national team, to do this, to do that. If at the end of the day you find out that, listen, to be very honest here, this coach is just going to use me as a training material. And I think that currently in the form that I am in, I am way better than training material. And you've experienced it before, you've seen it before, and you realize that, you know what, this coach doesn't really rate me. Let me not go and stress myself. I don't want to go there and come back emotionally destroyed, emotionally sad, and feeling like, you know what, I should have played, but the coach, have his other reason, and he's going to give me only 2 minutes cameo and make it look like he's done me a favor, right? So I'm not going to bother myself, okay? I'm just going to tell him, no, what, coach, don't bother. Give somebody else. You give your people, the people you like, their chance to play so that I can stay in my corner, right? But the way people are now reacting to it, I'm just wondering, like, what would you have done in that kind of situation? when your place is not guaranteed. And I'm not saying that players should demand guaranteed place in the national team, but then there are ways to go about it. You know that no matter what I do, this one don't make up your mind. You're not gonna select me, just like Raheem Sterling. If tomorrow night you now decide to pick up, select Raheem Sterling, and Sterling say, you know what, I don't want to play, I'm done. Would you not say Raheem Sterling is bad? Because when Raheem Sterling is playing regularly, he's picking players that are sitting on the bench, people that are in Saudi Arabia, people that are not even playing football. He's picking them. Now all of a sudden you want to come and pick me, and I was like, you know what? The time I wanted this call, the time I wanted to be on the plane or be on the bus or whatever, you didn't give me the shot. Now my mind is not there. Psychologically, I'm not in that place to play and represent the Three Lions. Can you please just leave me? Let me be. It's my career. It's my choice. If I don't want to add additional cap to the national team, it's not a big deal. It's not a big deal, right? So it's up to. I mean, I would like to hear your opinion. I don't know what you think. I'm just the messenger. Send the message. If you want to send me another message back, then put it on the comment section. Let's go. So up to the big one of the day. That's the one everybody want me to talk about. Yes, the UEFA Champions League quarterfinal draws is today. Later today, that draw will be made. But before the draw is made, let me just update you on on one funny history that have been going on now, a run that have been going on in the UEFA Champions League in the last 5 seasons. Okay, every team that have knocked out FC Porto have gone on to the finals. As a matter of fact, Liverpool even went on to win it once. So every other team have gone on to the finals and probably lost it, but Liverpool won. I don't know if Man City played the FC Porto last season, but every team that have played against FC Porto in the last 5 seasons have gone on to play in the finals. Would Arsenal make it to the finals? With the teams that are remaining in the competition, this UEFA Champions League does not look like it's an easy fry. It's not. It doesn't look to me like an easy fry at all. You still have Arsenal, you have Atletico Madrid, Borussia Dortmund, Manchester City, Paris Saint-Germain, Real Madrid, Bayern Munich, FC Barcelona. Now you look at this group. Well, there are only two teams. Only three teams that have not won it. The other five, Dortmund won it in 97. Man City is the defending champion. Barcelona have got 5. Bayern Munich have got, I don't know, 5 or 7. Real Madrid have got 13, I'll be 14. Paris Saint-Germain, no one. Atletico Madrid, no one. And every team in this group have played in the finals at least. Have played in the finals at least once. So you're looking at teams that potentially bombastic acting. This road to London again. Now let's also look at another history that is tied around this UEFA Champions League. Every time the Champions League have been played in the country where a star player of Real Madrid comes from, Real Madrid have gone on to win it. Look at it carefully. When Karim Benzema, when Cristiano Ronaldo was at Madrid, they played the Champions League finals in Porto. I think that was the one they played against. Is it Atletico Madrid or Liverpool? No, Liverpool was Kiev. Okay, they won it. When they played it in Wales, Gareth Bale was a star player of Real Madrid. They won it. When they played it in Paris, okay, Karim Benzema, star player of Real Madrid, they won it. Now, Jude Bellingham is a star player of Real Madrid. This tournament will be played in London. Yes, the 2024 finals will be played in London. Is London the capital of Britain? London is the capital of Britain. Yes, if you did WAEC 1994, oral English, that thing I just said now was one of the questions in oral English back in the day. They play it in one cassette player. You listen and you write. Jesus Christ, man, we've come a long way, Sha. But thank God for where we're coming from. So my ask on you is, first off, make your mock draws for the quarterfinals, and then tell me which of the runs is likely to happen. The previous conquerors of FC Porto going to the finals, meaning Arsenal will make it to the finals, or every time the UEFA Champions League have been hosted in a city that have a star player of in a country that have a star player of Real Madrid have gone on to win it. Which one is more likely to happen as we go into the draws later today? Please join in on the conversation in the comment section if your hands are not too busy and if you're not doing too much. I mean, I have about 19 people here. Why do I have 4 likes anyway? I don't understand. That's all I hate me rich. You know, put your comment in the comment section. I know that some people that are here, the reason why they're not commenting, their teams are not playing in the Champions League. I can't understand. And they are also like they're crazy for me to talk about Europa Cup, and I'm not talking about it, and it's already pissing them. I didn't say Liverpool, but if you belong there, you know what I'm talking about. But you see, the elders cannot be having meeting, and then some small children will be coming to say they want to play ball, right? So let me just, for the good of the game, right? For the good of the game, for the value that I have for this our community that we're building, and the fans that are making this show a success. Let's even just touch on it, okay? Benfica came to Scotland and beat Rangers 1 Kondo. Benfica pulled through. AC Milan went to Slavia Prague. If Slavia Prague picked up a red card first, or Resta Belgrade, or whatever they call them, AC Milan beat them 3-1. No nonsense. Nobody's playing there. No. You see, don't, Charlie, don't fuck with my daughter. We are brothers and sisters. This one not consign them. AC Milan, like, no, listen. Slava Prague or whatever they call yourself, Resta Belgrade. We played you guys in the UEFA Champions League final some time ago. This time it's not that kind of conversation. We're here. We're here to beat you and they beat them blue, black, and red in front of their fans. Well, if AC Milan can do 3-1, why can't Villarreal? Villarreal also won their game 3-1. Boy, it was a little too late. Too late. As the first leg, that one goal that Marcel scored, it changed everything. Marcel pulled through, but they got the beating of their life. Yeah. Well, West Ham were not good in the first leg, but in the second leg, even Kudus was in the form of his life. Kudus was ratata. He gave them woto from his own half. He dribbled all his way and he scored against Freiburg. It was 5-0. Atalanta made it through. Ronaldo from our club, 2-1. Bayer Leverkusen. They went through. Again, they've still not been defeated as they won 3-2. Wow. Brighton, too little, too late. Even with all the banter from the fans, it didn't change anything. They beat Roma 1-0, but it was 4-0 in the first leg, and that was enough. Liverpool, wicked people. They beat Sparta Prague 6-1. This Liverpool, they really, on the match again to repeat 2001. They just want to repeat 2001 where they won the quadruple. And that's the treble. Was it treble? No, this time they want to win the quadruple. Yeah, I think that time was the treble to the FA Cup. They won the FA Cup. They won the League Cup. They didn't win the league title. They won UEFA Cup against Alaves. I will never forget that match. Jordi Cruyff played in that game. It was amazing in that game. And then in UEFA Conference League, the playoff, you have what's it called? Fenerbahce going through after losing to Royal Union SG 1-0. Fiorentina went through after a 1-1 draw against Maccabi Haifa at home park of Greece. Beat Dynamo Zagreb 5-1. The Croatian team are out. Pleasant beats Sveti of Switzerland 1-0. That pulled them through already. Ayas, were beaten 4-0 with one man down. Wow, Aston Villa, they overturned the first leg deficit and changed the story. Nice one, but wasn't as easy as it looked because at some point they were scarce, but they were just too. It was just too strong. 4-0. First leg result was 0-0. Remember, and it felt like Aston Villa were out, especially with Tottenham Hotspur beating Aston Villa this weekend 4-0. But hey, Aston Villa like no, hold it. That's not the conversation. We want to win this one. Club Brugge beats Molde 3-0. Lille and Stormgrass played a 1-1 draw. Maccabi Tel Aviv, beat Olympiacos Piraeus. Olympiacos Piraeus beat Maccabi Tel Aviv in their home ground, whatever they are playing, 6-1 after, that one. So, they already put through on that already. Liverpool, Liverpool doesn't, people don't give Jurgen Klopp enough credit. If you look at what they've done over two leg against Sparta Prague, they won 11 goals to 2 on aggregate. Man, come on, that's too much. And when you realize that Liverpool's got some crazy injury problem through this period, and it didn't affect how they play. I mean, some of the senior players now, Darwin Nunes scored, assisted by Soboslai. Clark, I mean, who the hell is Clark? Scored, assisted by Mo Salah. And then Clark decided, you know what, let me return the favor, and he assisted Mo Salah to score. Then Mo Salah again said, Cody Gapco, it's your turn to make it 4-0, and he assisted him. Then you have Ben Mancevic, okay, making it 4-1, but that didn't change anything because somewhere down the line was assisted by man of the match Mo Salah again, and then Cody Gapco scored from an assist from Javier Elliott to make it 6 goals to 1. Damn. 11 goes to 2 aggregate. How were you beating from the competition? 11-2. Pula color. Now, wow, that one, that's a kind of result should not be allowed in football. Once it happens, there should be a law in football that says if you concede certain aggregate defeat, you should be banned from playing in certain competition for like 5 years. Go back and think and then plan well, groom better players and come back. But hey, this is me just creating rules that does not exist in football, but I'm just suggesting it. As a Wenger, Cola, you can suggest it because you need to suggest unnecessary ideas for football. So just take this one. This one can also help. They beat you, they massacre you. How can they beat somebody like that and then they're still playing football? It should go away. Okay. Remember, AC Milan kind of like came into this game with one thing in mind. And what was that in mind? It was the mind of, you know what? Whatever happened, we would battle ourselves to the ground, right? And in the first leg when AC Milan played this game, it ended 4-2. And you could tell yourself that, okay, if a team can go to Milan and play 4-2 at home, they will be tougher, right? But football does not work like that. No two games are the same because in the return leg, away from home, AC Milan won 3-1. And that made it 7 goals to 3 on aggregate. But that one is also, kind of respectable. But like I said, I think the red card in the 20th minute to Holes just changed everything. But the serious foul, there was nothing anybody can do. And immediately the injured Magnan, they had to make a change for that. So it's a serious foul. There's nothing anybody can do. He brought it upon himself. So he deserved the card. But again, I think that was also a problem. And the goals, came from players that have had a touch in England. Rafael Leao, who says he doesn't believe in statistics, but he believes in the natural way that the game is played, created for Christian Pulisic in the 33rd minute, and then Theo Hernandez, created for Ruben Loftus-Cheek in the 36th minute. That's like 3 minutes after, and then Tomori picked up a yellow card for roughing, and he will miss the next game. Okay, whatever happened, he will miss the next game. Christian Pulisic said, "Rafael, you created for me before. Let me do this for you." So in the additional time in the first half, he created for him, and it was 3 goals to nothing. Wow. That was, kind of like lovely. But towards the end, Jurasek said, you know what? Instead of the Maluto lost, more cut the taste. So they scored 1 in the 84th minute, but I was totally too late. Let's come back to you guys now. Your mock quarterfinal draws for the UEFA Champions League. I said that, 2 things are very, very outstanding in the UEFA Champions League currently. And which of those ones would happen? The cities hosting the Champions League finals have something in connection with Real Madrid. Whenever a star player of Real Madrid is having their country host the finals of the UEFA Champions League, Real Madrid have gone on to win it. It was hosted in Portugal. Cristiano Ronaldo was there. They won in Porto, Real Madrid. It was hosted in Paris. Karim Benzema was the star player for Real Madrid. They won there. It was hosted in Wales. Gareth Bale was the star player for Real Madrid. They won there. So when you look at this, you could look at yourself and say, it does look like, again, this is going to happen. Madrid are in the competition, and London is going to host this year's finals. Now, the question I'm asking, would that run continue? Because if London is hosting it, as London is hosting it, Jude Bellingham is the star player of Madrid, it means that ordinarily Madrid would win the UEFA Champions League this season. So do you see that run continuing where the City hosting the Champions League finals have a connection with a Madrid star players means that Madrid will go and win it. Again, another run. In the last 5 seasons, every team that have knocked out FC Porto from the UEFA Champions League, from Inter Milan to Liverpool twice, Manchester City, if I'm not mistaken, and so on, I've gone on to play in the finals and on 2 occasions won it. Okay. Now my question to you. Remember, in the last 14 years as well, Arsenal and Arsenal and FC Porto have not got any business past the quarterfinals of the UEFA Champions League. Arsenal actually is making the quarterfinal for the very first time since 2010, which is 14 years. And in that 14 years, half of that 14 years, they were not even in the competition at all. That's how bad their life have been in the last 14 years. But that said, Arsenal are now in the quarterfinals. Now, the teams that have knocked out FC Porto from the competition, any stage of the competition in the last 5 years, have gone on to play in the finals. So would Arsenal play in the finals since they are the one that knocked out FC Porto from the competition? Or would the run, which is more likely to happen? Or would the run of Madrid winning when their star player is the country of their star player is hosting the competition? It does look like the Madrid one is easier. I also do think that Manchester City will have a say so because they will not win the Premier League, but they might just go on to defend the UEFA Champions League title. But I mean, Arsenal would have a say so in some things. One team that have a say so in where the title race go is Tottenham Hotspur. Tottenham Hotspur will play Arsenal, they will play Man City, they will play Liverpool. They would be the one to decide where the pendulum goes. But if Arsenal really say they want to lay claim to the title, this game that they will play against Man City after this break, the international break, would be a major decider in the conversation. Well, at the same time, while we're having all those conversations, talking who will win it, who will not win it, who will get to the finals, I also said that you should make your mock draws. Okay, who are the teams that are in the quarterfinals? In case you don't know, all the teams in the quarterfinals have at least played in the finals of the UEFA Champions League at least once. Arsenal, Atletico de Madrid, and Paris Saint-Germain have all played in the finals and lost. The other 5 teams, Borussia Dortmund, who won it in 1997 with Lars Rickens, Sama, and the rest of them. Manchester City, who won it last year. Those two have won it just once. Barcelona, Bayern Munich, and Real Madrid, they have a combine of 20, almost 30, if I'm not mistaken, titles to their names. So when you look at this quarterfinals, who are you expecting to be paired with who? Okay, that's why I say make your mock draws, and you just might be right. Okay, make the 4 games pairing, the 8 teams, pair them, and let's see who will play against who. Now that said, let's come back to the comment section, and see what you guys have got to see in all of this. Before I come to the comment section, let me also remind those who are just joining us that in the medal table of the All African Games, Egypt are still in a world of their own by being on 72 golds. That is ×2 of even the gold medal of their closest rival. So standing on the protocol of only gold alone, Egypt would let them forget their silver medal, their bronze medal. They still do have every other team in the tournament. Yeah, but they have a total of 128 medals. That is 72 golds, 29 silver, and 27 bronze. Then for Nigeria, we've gone from third to second with our single gold medal win yesterday, winning 1 gold in the clean and jerk weightlifting competition, and that put us on 23 gold. I'm trying to remember the name of the person that won us that what's it called? That gold medal. It was Mary Osijo. Yes, it was Mary Osijo in the 87 kg that she won us that one. So that took us to 23 gold medal in the medal table. And Algeria, who was on top of us by virtue of the total sum, because they won 22 gold at Nigeria, but the total sum of medal that they had was 86, so they went ahead. They didn't win anything yesterday, so they are still in the same number. Nigeria have a total of 60 medals in all. We have 23 gold, 16 silver, and 21 bronze medal. Hopefully, we will add more to it today. Football, we play football. The final group game against Senegal today. The two teams need a win to pull through. Senegal won their first game by goal to nothing and lost their second game to Uganda. These two teams have been beaten by Uganda. Uganda beat Nigeria in the first game 2-1, where we played hopelessly. And then in the second game against South Sudan, we were not so good as well, but we won a penalty and converted it. So that took us to 3 points just as well as Sudan, Senegal. Nigeria would pull through if we get a draw and South Sudan doesn't win. No, if we get a draw, South Sudan will be on 3 points even if they win. Nigeria will pull through if we get a draw. But to be on the safe side, please win your game. Okay, that's what's most important in football. And Senegal will pull through with a win. So for Uganda, they are already through. They can afford not to win. They can afford to have not played in the competition. But again, sometimes the players that have not played could be a lot more dangerous than the ones that have played. So let's see how it goes. That's why they say win your first game in any group competition so that you can, have the luxury of deciding how you want to play your other two games. Right now, there's going to be pressure, but we will be there. I think that you should follow us across all our social media platforms. We'll give you minute by minute updates on Twitter. So at Elegbete TV Radio, follow us on Twitter. You would get all the updates as it comes, as well as pictures and other things that follows. Okay, and stick with us on this YouTube channel, Elegbete TV Sports. Thank you very much for all of you that have been with us, that have been us, but bring some more people. Go out there, be the evangelist of our channel, and tell more people to come see what we're doing. Come and see. Yes, it was the first time it was said in the Bible was in the book of John chapter 4, the woman by the water, okay, by the well. Okay, you can also be our woman by the well. You can go out there and preach our gospel. They say that woman is the first real evangelist that Jesus converted, even before the disciple, because she was the one that went into Samaria and everywhere to tell people, come and see the man who knows me more than I know myself. Well, that's a different conversation. You can also do this for our channel. There's nothing wrong. People, no, don't be asking people to come. Well, in Asia, in China, in Hong Kong, in Indonesia, in Singapore, in Malaysia, they have influencers farm. What do? They have people who build an entire warehouse, who create bots to add followers to influencers so that they can decide the narrative for their country. If you haven't you noticed that if you go on TikTok or Instagram lately, stories, AI stories about China is all over the place. Do you think that thing is happening by accident? Okay, so we can do our own. I don't have the power to get bots to I like generic following. I like to know the people that are following me. I don't want bots. I'm one person that is against it. I'm not, beefing people who have it, but I don't think that, okay, it's like smoking and alcohol, for instance. I don't smoke, I don't drink, but I don't hate people who smoke and drink. I don't have a problem with them. Okay. Like I always say, what you choose to do with your life, it's none of my business. For as long as it does not affect me or my children or anybody in my space, I'm okay with you. It's your choice. I respect it. That's why when somebody come and ask me, what do you think about gay, lesbian, and the rest of that, it's not my business. I'm not in the business of fighting for God. God is the Almighty. If He cannot deal with the people that He needs to deal with, what's my business? Why should I be the one fighting for God? Okay, I always say that I don't have the energy to fight for God. If God doesn't like it, and He feels when He didn't like it with Sodom and Gomorrah, He dealt with the people. So if God doesn't like it, He know how to handle his battle. But let's come back into the conversation and deal with it as it is. You think that Arsenal will make it all the way to the finals? And again, one small tiny question was asked Bukayo Saka. Bukayo Saka, what would you rather win, the Champions League or the league title? And he said, listen, we've not won the Champions League before. I would like to win the Champions League. Okay, if I have my way, I'll win the double. But currently, as it stands like this, we have not won the league in 20 years. I would like to be part of the players that win the league for Arsenal. And so, if I must choose one, I'll choose the league. A couple of weeks ago, I did a show and I said, if you ask me, I do not think that Arsenal have the resources to stretch themselves, Champions League and the league title, but they should focus on the league. Now, we have gotten to a point where it's even critical. It seems like the season will crumble. I'm an Arsenal fan and I'm a student of pattern. One of the things that I have, kept my focus on from when I was young is pattern. Pattern determines a lot of things. With pattern, you can tell a man's character. You can tell where somebody is going. The pattern, the things you do. Take, for instance, if you are overweight and you want to lose weight, there is a pattern. One, you reduce your eating habits, you sleep well, you do exercise. If you do it consistently for 90 days to 120 or 150 days, your body, you will see the adjustment. There is a pattern. If you want to be succeed if you want to be successful, or sorry, bad English. If you want to be succeed, if you want to be successful at anything you do, you have to create a pattern. You have to instruct your body that, oh, wake up so time and do this. It is said that if you read 18 to 20 minutes every day for 1 year on any subject, you will be among the top 10 best in that subject. Okay. So it's a pattern. For anything to work well, you have to follow pattern. Even football, I always talk about pattern. Now, Ateta have created a pattern. First time it happened, it was a mistake. The second time it happened last season, it's a coincidence. If it go on to happen this season again, then it's the Ateta curse. But because me, I like jumping the queue. I like going ahead of myself. I want to say the Ateta course is going to either be dispelled and be, say, oh, that was just 2 seasons of mistake, or it's going to go down, and it's about to go down now. Ateta's last 10 games in the last 2 seasons have been a disaster. Last season, they were on top of the league. They were untouchable. Everything was going well. Their last 10 games of the season, they drew 4, won 2, lost the other ones. Lost 4 games. And that was how the title went. 2 seasons ago, they were on the running to make top 4. It was seen as over guaranteed. There was nobody that can stop them. Guess what? Tottenham Hotspur stopped them. Finally, that was when they lost to Liverpool at Anfield. The famous, if you go back and watch the All or Nothing, the famous playing "You Never Walk Alone" music at Arsenal training ground, and Arsenal lost matches that they shouldn't have even lost in the first place, and they went on to not make the top 4 that season. They went on playing the Europa Cup, got all the way to the quarterfinals, semi-finals, got knocked out. But that last 10-game course continue. Now it's been a coincidence. It's been a mistake. It's been a mistake first time, coincidence the second time. This time last season was when Saliba got injured. For now, nobody's injured. For now, they're going to international break. They're going to come back. We don't know who's going to get injured. Ben White, who's playing well, is already having a crisis situation with the England national team. How would that affect him? What will happen? We don't know. But let's see what happened. If Bukayo Saka doesn't come back from the national team, or Martin Odegaard come back from the national team injured, that'll be a problem. Remember, Martinelli has gotten himself injured. It's not a big injury, as they say. It's not a big injury. He would bounce back. He would have played against Brentford, according to the story. But would he be fit enough to play against Man City? They've got 19 days from the last game to the Man City game. Anything is possible. But let's deal with the little matter of the draws today. And every other thing you want to talk about from all that I have said on the show this morning, whatever opinion you have, give me. It seems like nobody feels like commenting, because I'm not seeing any comment in the comment section. I mean, just like 4 or 5 people of all these plenty of people. And please, if you're watching, please do well to click on the like button. It doesn't take anything away from your data. It doesn't affect your hand. It doesn't affect your phone. It doesn't take your battery. It doesn't run out your battery if you click on the like button as you're watching the live. It helps the one thing it does is it helps our algorithm. It helps the algorithm to say, okay, these are real human beings that are watching this guy, not bots. And so it helps YouTube or Google to advertise the channel way more than they are doing right now, because the rule is that when you make a post or you go live on your channel, YouTube would first of all show it to 5% of your subscribers, just 5%. Now, for a given period of time, say the first 10 minutes of your live. And if those 5% get active, like they view it, they connect to it, they like it, and then they start commenting, they will up it and now share it with another 10%. And then if those 10% engage it again, they will now, prorata, they'll now share it to 50% of your subscribers, and also put it available on TikTok, we call the For You page, for other people who are not subscribed to you, so that they can see it. So whenever you come in on anybody's live like this, not just mine, do the person a favor by liking it. Okay, so the growth of a person's channel, a channel is a business. A YouTube channel is a company, is a business. You earn from it, you make a livelihood from it, but you invest so much. YouTube is one of the places where you don't just start and you become successful. You will invest and invest and invest. And sometimes, like my wife doesn't understand what I'm doing. She always look at me like, babe, I don't understand. You're putting all this money. Okay, in the future you would receive it, but you're growing old. What if that future comes and you're old? And I was like, okay, the future comes, I'm old. I'm not doing live again. Can I still be doing content? All this content around the MPFL, all this content about players, would I not still be doing it? And what is old? How old was Larry King when he was still doing interview? What is old? I just turned 45 last December. So what's this old thing? I mean, I've been doing this thing till I'm ripe old age, 100 years old. I mean, we get to one point where we start talking back to the memories of what has happened in the past. So, but my wife doesn't see it the way I see it anyway. And your vision, your dream is given to you, not to everybody. So sometimes not everybody sees it the way you see it. But that has not stopped her from supporting me. That's the funny thing. She doesn't see it the way I see it, but she's the first person that would tell me, "Oh, babe, you have 5 new followers." Like my daughter, that's always she will write it. She's the secretary of my followers, subscribers. Sorry, she write it. Daddy, you have 2 new subscribers. Three hands. Okay, rookie, calm down, calm down with this. Like I don't do it that way. Yes, I'm a YouTuber. I like to get followers. I like to get views. I like to get numbers. But you are doing too much. Like you're pushing yourself too much. I don't want you to feel disappointed. You're too young. You're 9. Be a child. I don't want you to be an adult. I was an adult at the age of 7, and I know how much that impacted me negatively as a person. Again, you could say that it has turned me into this guy because me, I can be in my own space. When people say, "Hey, I cannot stay alone." Hey? Put me in the desert. Let there be internet, let there be television, and let there be music. Only me. For as long as there's electricity and there's water. I'm not expensive. I'm not okay. I mean, I go to fancy restaurant to go and eat steak, to go and eat what's it called, mushrooms and all those things. I like it. But I will not buy an say 2 million, Azor 2 million. You will not see me do that one. I will not smoke cigar. Okay, even though me and Larry we had a bet that if there's a documentary we're working on, if we hit Netflix or Amazon, we'll light cigar. I might light the cigar, but I am not sure in this my life and in another lifetime that I'll be able to take it to my mouth, drag it, and puff it. I don't think I can do it. Like I'm my mother's child. Like I would just be there. Even the fact that I'm lighting it and holding it in my hand, I'm sure somewhere the ghost of my mom will appear. The hologram of my mom will appear. And I know what she will ask me. Essay, is this the boy that I raised, or something happened on the road to Damascus? So I know I won't do that, right? But I mean, I drink water a whole lot. I'm the Aquaman without the ocean, without the scale, right? So I mean, let's get to your comments and whatever it is. And first off, like I made a tweet this morning. I said the church have programmed us to fight enemies, so much so enemies that we know and enemies that we don't know, that we forget to appreciate those people that God has put in our lives as blessings to us. Okay, those who are supporting us for what we do. Like that's why yesterday's show I had to bring the entire crew for you guys to meet them, because sometimes it is easy to think that, oh, I'm the only guy that is doing this thing, that's making this thing work. No, there's a whole lot of people. There's Ahmed Kalejayi, there is a whole lot, a gamut of people, truckload of people who keep pushing me. And even not just these people, you guys are there. If you know how many people who just watch the show and send you $50, £20, £10, those things add up to the bottom line at the end of the day. So I want to say, you take this moment to also say thank you to you all for the kind of support that you've been giving to this channel. I mean, it's not been an easy run, getting fired, having no money in the pocket, and saying you want to do YouTube. Jesus Christ. Sometimes when I think back to 2017 and how I said, you know what, this is what I want to do. I don't want to work for anybody anymore. This is what I'm going to do. And for the first 6 months, my wife kept looking at me like, because she married a hustler. She married a guy who wake up in the morning and go to work. A guy who she just put to bed in 2012. And I said, babe, I'm going to the studio. I'm going to do my show. I can't. So I gave the nurse 1,000 naira. Stay with my wife and this baby. I'll be out of the studio by 6. Before 7, I'll be here. So I left and I went to Bogija. All of those things. She's looking at me. She had a baby 11 days and I was jumping on a plane going to Brazil. And she had to deal with a 2-year-old son and a newborn baby all alone. Now she's looking at this guy and say, I don't want to work for anybody anymore. First off, she can't deal with it. She just couldn't deal with it because the man she married was different. And then she wake up in the morning, I'm in that living room holding my remote. The second day, the third day, and I'm writing ideas. That's not the guy she married. So she could not really relate with the guy. Until one day I was like, okay, babe, what's going on? And she just came and sat down because I just know that she was moody. She was no longer that exciting person. Normally, when I go to work and I come back, she had listened to my show. Then we build conversation on maybe this caller that call in. What's that? This guy that we lost, Marcel Mutumbe, Akelakpa Mutumbe, from Olodia Papa, and different conversations. And now there was not that thing wasn't there. That's when you now know that, oh, okay, something is missing in the marriage. And that thing that makes the marriage tick was not even you, it was just something else from a radio station. And my wife now switched off from listening to Brilla. She was not listening to Gordon Aruayo. I was jealous. So she was listening to Gordon Aruayo. She was listening to Igos, my cousin, Igos and Lolo, Wazobia FM, Oga Madam Show. She was just listening to those things. And then I didn't have any, it now felt like I didn't have anything to offer. Like, I don't know if it's ever happened to you guys. I just needed to get this off my chest. It just felt like I didn't have anything to offer. But it was in the midst of all that pain. I was in pain. I was jealous. Like, I won't lie. I was jealous of my wife listening. Oh, God, it's like it felt like she was rubbing it on my face. Like, your mates, they walk. Your mate, they leave as they go work. You hear the right notebook every day. Like, say, you be student. I use one day my wife say, so what they do so now. This kind of thing you go do now, they'll give you a state secretary. Not really so. But hey, I was just there. I was just there. You know how when somebody they yab you, you just know that there is no need to explain, no need to talk. Just bring proof of work. And then I started reminding her that, but babe, I'm not going to work, but I'm still providing money. It's not as if I'm not providing money. I'm still like, oh, man, going there's money for feeding. But she didn't care about the money. She just want her husband to be going to work, like go out there and work. We should be sponsors in the hut. They go shoot sponsors in the hut on Monday or Tuesday. Then you come back, you just sit down for house. Like, it was crazy. But I just sat down one day and I said, when we shot 18 episodes of Sports in the Hut and the show crashed, we had that big issue. So, and the show crashed. And I just sat there and I was like, yeah, that was when reality hit me. Like, okay, so this is the show that made you get fired. This is the only show you have in mind. Now you don't have anything. You don't even know what, because there was actually no plan. It wasn't like, oh, I plan to do this show and I'll resign and I'll focus on this show. I was hoping I'll keep doing what I'm doing in the radio, because that's all every other person, or the other person that I know were doing on radio. And I thought that was how it's going to be. I didn't know that it was going to create that kind of jealousy that will lead to me getting fired. Nah, there was no plan. There was no plan B. There was nothing. So when the show ended after 18 episodes, it now dawned on me that, okay, now your suffer continue. I want to do my NYC officially now, since I didn't do my NYC because of football back in the day. So I sat down there one day and I said, okay, so I have this money that I was saving on Bitcoin. Back in the day, every time I receive my salary, I'll put about 15 to 25K into Bitcoin. So I was saving, remember, 0.03 Bitcoin was 15,000 naira back in the day. So I said, let me go and check it, oh boy. And so I check, come one guy buy my poly. I said, see the number where I get to, what is the value in naira? Oh boy, when they tell me the value, it was nice. It was nice. It felt good that I invested that money. I said, guy, I'm selling this thing right now. I don't care. I transferred out the Bitcoin. I 4.9 million. Are you freaking kidding me? I have 4.9 me. I have 4.9 million. So I mean, I've seen money more than that, but at this time I was broke. I didn't have money. So and now I have 4.9 million. It felt like I didn't work for it. That's like my 2 years plus salary if I was still working on radio, and I had it one day in my hand. I transferred it to my account, they transferred the money to my GT Bank account, and I spread it across different accounts. I hate all my money being in one bank account. Like, I'm paranoid like that. I just say, no. Transfer to my Access Bank, my First Bank, my FCMB, transfer to my wife's account, just in case anything happened. And then I transferred again to precious people that are working with me. I said, just hold that money for me. I might need it. Just hold it there. And it's like, what's the next thing to do? We jump on the plane. We bought Asma Air ticket. Oh God, Asma Air doesn't work anymore. We bought Asma Air ticket and off we went to Kano, November of 2017. And we went to Kano for the MPFL Super 6. Okay. The Nigerian Super Eagles were preparing for the CHAN that time. Salisu Yusuf was their coach. If you go back to our channel, you'll notice that those were the first around the MPFA that we do. So when people come and say around the MPFA was their ideas, like, what are you saying? You don't understand. I've been doing around the MPFA since my days in Brilla. I was the first one to gather reporters in a WhatsApp group to go around Nigeria and be reporting. I was the first. It's not like, hey, somebody did it and I copied it. It was my idea. I was almost sacked because I even talked about it, that we should be paying those people that are going around. The fact that I mentioned it was the first time I got threat to sack. So when people say, you don't understand. When it comes to Nigerian League, there is as in, I repeat, there is nobody that's giving 10% of what I've given. And we just pushed it. And once that started, my wife saw that, oh, he's traveling. Yeah, and then I realized that women just like a man who goes out. It doesn't matter whether you bring in something in, because when I was traveling, I was spending money. I wasn't making money. But then the adrenaline, the push, the rush came back again, and we're doing all this content, but we didn't know what YouTube was. We didn't even know what monetization. By the time we came back from that one, we went to Port Harcourt to go and do a job. We got our first client, WGB. That's why I always respect them. Even I'll be willing to do content for free for them. They gave us that money to go do something, and then we did it. And the following year, they called us. Oh, they are the sponsors of the FA Cup. They've seen what we've done before. Can you I mean, they didn't pay the money complete anyway, but it was nice to know that people, see the vision, and we did it. Then we went to do the Lagos State FA Cup, the 2018, 2019. The rest, as I say, is history. So I'm just giving you a brief rundown of where this channel is coming from. It's not a distraction from what we're discussing, but I just need you guys to know how far some of you guys have followed us and pushed us and encouraged us to get to where we are today. And I feel like I need to be grateful for all of that push. As much as every day I keep saying I need more subscribers, people should subscribe to us, push, support our channel. But you guys have been there. You guys are the real MVP. You guys have pushed us, to get to where we are today. And once, the life of this channel, we need to say thank you. Thank you very much for all that you guys have done to make it possible that when I go to sleep, I wake up the next morning, I'm thinking I want to do it live. And the funny thing is, I don't do the live thinking I'm all alone here. I just see, like, in my head, in my mind's eyes, like my eyes are closed, I'm seeing the whole congregation. I see you guys from you, connecting to me. I feel elated. Probably is what younger, even in the face of all the stress that I go through. So thank you very much. God bless you guys. Let's come back to the conversations to remain. Make your mock UEFA Champions League draws. Who do you think will meet who? What's the pairing that is most likely? There's what we call expected pairing, and expected pairing here is Paris Saint-Germain, Real Madrid, Manchester City, Bayern Munich, and maybe Arsenal, Atletico Madrid, or Arsenal, Bayern Munich. Okay, because Bayern Munich is the team that has given Arsenal the biggest defeat in this competition. And I think that Real Madrid will also want to meet Arsenal, because Arsenal is the only team in the history of football that Real Madrid have not beaten. Okay, it's the only team that they've played and have not beaten. Okay, so they would want to meet Arsenal somewhere in this competition, and it will be good also to meet them. But then I want you to make your mock Nations Cup draw. Your mock UEFA Champions League quarterfinal draw, and tell me who you think will meet who, and let's see it that way. And then also whatever other conversation you want to have, whatever question you want to ask, and from the story of our channel, whatever the question is coming from, I'm obligated to respond to you. Let me start with my former teammate, my friend, very fantastic human being, one of the best human beings that my life has crossed paths with in my lifetime. Emmanuel Ayanwu is his name, but we like to call him Stamina. The reason we call him Stamina was because he had the energy, that thing that we used to love about Amokash, Daniel the Bull Amokash. He had the energy of 50 Belgian horses. You could call him 1,000 horsepower. That's how much energy this guy's got. He can play 90 minutes now and play another 90 minutes and play another 90 minutes. He's not tired. And then again, he's never angry. I've never seen him angry. He was one of the guys I used to call Ajibot that agreed to play football. He himself and his brother Aginus went fantastic. But now he's a coach in South Africa and he's doing greatly well. Emmanuel Ayanwu, good to have you here. Say good morning, good morning, house, Elegote crew. I salute you all. Right now, give us Arsenal any team in the quarterfinals. Okay. Well done, African Games. Thank you very much. Say anything. Do you agree as an Arsenal fan? You give Arsenal any team. You want to play Man City in the league and play Man City in the, and the thing is, I just think that that's a possibility that might happen. As Patrick say, good morning, stay strong, everyone. Good morning to you too. Unfortunately, your team is in the Europa Cup, and it does look from the way they're playing like they would win the Europa Cup. But then let's keep our fingers crossed. Bukayo, not Saka. Banjoko, someone say my prediction: Arsenal versus Barcelona, PSG versus Atletico Madrid, Man City versus Dortmund, Bayern Munich versus Real Madrid. Damn. Real Madrid, Man City, Barcelona, and Atletico Madrid to the semi-final. So, boy, Arsenal don't come out to Banjoko. That's how you do your own. Taiwo Gunade say good morning, Alegbete from Dublin. Hey, how you guys doing? Dublin people, good education, good country. Very, very conservative people, Sha. I saw the Molde versus Club Brugge game yesterday, which made me realize that we haven't seen even 10% of Rafael Onyedika's performance in Super Eagles shirt. I agree with you 100%. Olafat, they say, good morning, boss. Good morning to you. So, what you are saying is we should be waiting for Arsenal versus Real Madrid in the finals of the UEFA Champions League. It does look like that. It does look like that. But let's keep our fingers crossed. Target Tech. Okay, Target Tech. What do you guys do? I like the name of your channel. Your channel obviously already is telling us that you're a tech person. What do you guys do in tech space? Do you have any tech thing that can, that we can do collaborate on and do anything on? I don't know. I'm just asking. I'm just putting out a question there. Tech says he thinks that the draw is going to be Arsenal versus Man City in the Champions League. Anybody that wins is definitely not carrying the EPL, I guess. Okay. I don't understand. Tawa Gunade say Arsenal versus Bayern, Real Madrid versus Man City, Barcelona versus Dortmund, Atletico Madrid versus Paris Saint-Germain. And he didn't explain who wins going forward. But I think that Banjo Samuel gave us, went on to tell us who will make it to the semifinals, which is very, very. This is some prediction that we should we will go back to when the quarterfinals pairing is done. Not just that, but again when the games are played and we see the winners, we'd like to go back to this Banjo's Samuel's post. Olafat says Arsenal versus Atletico Madrid, Barcelona versus Bayern Munich, Man City versus Paris Saint-Germain, Real Madrid versus Borussia Dortmund. Shoaibul Salmanu Karim says let's spread the gospel. Thank you very much. Christian Anomieze, they say, well done, guys. Boss, your explanation triggered people to like 24 viewers. And like, yeah, I have to. I mean, we have 30 viewers, 30 like right now. Some, so again, a visionary must always explain the vision. That's why even in the Bible, you say, write the vision and make it plain so that those that see it will run with it. If you go write take care of us, or write that like doctor's handwriting and people don't understand them, it's become a problem. You must share what you're doing with people. You must make people understand. The people who are following you are intelligent people. They are not dumb people. YouTube is not rocket science. You say only few people know about it. Only NASA people know about it. You have to also tell them you need. I mean, the world we live in is a numbers game. The man who have the most numbers he always would be the powerful one. But then people need to know that, okay, where would even they follow you to go? It's not just it's the days of Moses of come, I will show you. No, you need to tell people why should they live where they are and follow you, and what is in it. Not necessarily for them, but what is in it for the entire ecosystem. Why are you doing this? Where are you really taking this thing to? So that is something that I tell young YouTubers who talk. I say, explain to your subscribers, your viewers, tell them what you they go through. All this forming, all this. I don't know. Like if you go and talk your situation now, they will not mock you with it. Who you be where they know they mock? Who you be? They mock. They say they mock God. So people say they mock God. Even though the Bible say God is not mock. Whatever I'm answering, that shall your story. People say they mock God. Who you really be? That you shared your truth. Don't lie about it. Don't fake the story. Where you're good, say you're good. Where you're not good, you say you're not good. Like I say, I hate fake humility. Nah. Myself, I suffer, pass yourself. All those, no, that's not it. There are points where my life is very, very good, and I'll let you know. There are parts where, okay, it was very, very bad. You will know about it as well. But the journey should be explainable. It should also be relatable. Don't come and give people bullshit and you think they don't know. Olatuji Emmanuel say, what do you think of Madrid bringing in Mbappe? I'm concerned of the ego alongside quiet rumors of Ireland. How will that ego be managed alongside wages? So first off, the wages issue is Madrid business. But two teams that we've not extrayed and appreciated them for what they've done. One is Liverpool. For what Jurgen Klopp have done over the course of the 8 years plus that he's been with them, and this season in particular, every other team that have gone through the kind of injury issues that Liverpool have dealt with this season, they've imploded and crashed. The way he's managed this team, and he's playing against some top teams, and he's been able to hold his own, bring in academy players, and they've come into play. It's stuff of greatness that they should be appreciated. If Arsene Wenger was the one that did all that, they would say use all the adjective for him. Jurgen Klopp is obviously not a media person. Okay, then this Real Madrid. And you would appreciate Real Madrid well when you look at the kind of struggles that Barcelona are going through. But Barcelona's struggle will not last, because they are bringing in some young players through the La Masia system. And those young players, if they can put them together, that's why I feel sad that Xavi is going at the end of the season. I think that they should leave him because the team that Xavi inherited is different from the team that Pep Guardiola inherited. And if there's anybody that is close in thinking, in ideology and philosophy, or probably could even do better than Pep Guardiola, is Xavi. And I think that the ship is sinking. It's difficult, but with all those young players that they've got in their team, I've got mad respect for them. But for Madrid, the engineering of the team, okay? So when you look at Madrid have practically changed the team. Marcelo is gone, Ronaldo is gone, Karim Benzema is gone. Pretty soon, Luka Modric, Anthony Cruz will go. But they have already replaced everybody. Gareth Bale is also gone. Sergio Ramos is gone. Pepe is gone. Look at this team. Any other team with this type of exodus in 5 years would suffer. But what have they done? They've replaced everybody from Valverde to Chomeni to Rodrigo to Vinicius Jr. To Bellingham. They just pluck the apple from the right tree and make the right wine and the right grape and the right vineyard. Everything just kind of like click. Now let's come to the Mbappe situation. See, if you take me, let me give you a good example. If you take me now and put me, let's say, any Nigerian radio station right now, I will walk there with a chip on my shoulder. I don't think that there is any sports station in any sports unit in any radio station that I will go there and I will be under anybody. That's not going to work, right? Because there is nobody, almost everybody who's talking sports, to the older ones, I have come from behind and I've overtaken them. I'm better than them. The younger ones, these are people who eat from my palm. This is not pride. This is the reality. So if I come in, I'm coming in like a LeBron James that went back to Cleveland or that came to Miami Heat, right? I'm coming in as a superior. I'm going to look at everybody and say, yes, the king has come. I've come here to make things happen for you. I'm Cristiano Ronaldo going to Saudi Arabia. But if you take me now and take me to ESPN, where you have Stephen A. Smith and all those guys, I will humble myself. I know that these people, first off, they have clout way above me, money way above me, personality way above me. I'm in a league that I don't understand. I'm in a class. These guys are in a class all by themselves, and I can spend the rest of my years on earth trying to learn from them and trying to lace their shoes. I will try. I will give it my best. I'm a guy who's surviving competition. So Mbappe going to Madrid is like me going to ESPN. He's not going to Arsenal. He's not going to Fulham or Tottenham Hotspur, where he's the Lord of Lords or King of Kings. He's going to a place where, first off, he doesn't have a UEFA Champions League to his name. He's played in one finals. Yes, he's a World Cup winner, but in club football, he's a bloody nobody. When he walks in through that door and he sees the images of the trophy, 14 Champions League title, that's more than some clubs' league title or FA Cup title, okay? And then he sees that, and then he sees the league title, and he sits in front of a man called Fiorentino Perez, who knows football, both the game, the show, and the business in and out. And he sits down there and he looks at the man and he understands that this is not Nasser Al Khalifa who is learning on the job. This guy is a guru. He's what you call the dean. This guy is the Chancellor Emeritus. Okay, he's a Professor Emeritus in the game. He would have nothing but humility to come in every day and learn. And then he's also seen this club make great people. Cristiano Ronaldo, Karim Benzema, Luka Modric, Raul Gonzalez. The names, I mean, when he walked into Paris Saint-Germain, it was just George Weah, Zlatan Ibrahimovic, Cavani, what else? No other person. But Real Madrid, from the days of the 60s, where they won 6 straight titles, up until now, they've been winning this. These guys are the guys who, before Abraham, I was. They represent that. So I'm not sure he's going to have that ego. For Haaland, I don't think it's going to come immediately. It's going to be, I don't know if Haaland is coming, but if he comes in, it's just that they now need a coach who will be able to create a system that will work for them. But one of the things that I've learned with Real Madrid and Vinicius Jr., I was always worried that if he comes in, where will Vinicius Jr. play? But Vinicius Jr. still cope when the system changed. When the system was working in the 4-3-3 system, Vinicius Jr. was a go-to guy for the attack. But they brought in Jude Bellingham, and they wanted Jude Bellingham to be the the center. I think that what they do is Florentino Perez will call a team meeting and tell them this is the paradigm of the team right now. This is where the team is facing. You are either going to shape in or ship out, right? And everybody agrees. So that man management ability for Florentino Perez makes the job of the coach easy. So the coach decided, I want to play Diamond. I'm not going to play that wide man who's running Rodrigo here, the Vinicius Junior here, and then Benzema in the middle because I don't have a Benzema anymore. So I want to play what will help the team. We might not win flamboyantly, but I just want to keep us on top of the league table. And it's done that successfully well. So I think when he comes in, Vinicius Junior and him will be changing. I mean, everybody thought that Jadon Sancho was a wide man. He went back to Dortmund and he's playing through the middle. So we'll see that beautiful interchange between him. It will be like when you had Robert Perez, Reyes on the other side, and Thierry Henry in the middle, but we know he's always drifting wide. That definitely might be the situation that will happen. But I don't think that he will have the ego. Your ego comes to play when you are bigger than the club. This one, you're not there. Yeah, I mean, greater than him have come and they will be humbled by the club. That club is, see, Madrid is not a club that you bring your ego to. Your ego now, keep it for your pocket. Nobody know you. I mean, you are a nobody. Let me put it that way. You are a bloody nobody. Let me say the way they would like to say it. So we'll see. Olatunji Mane say, please, what happened with Ben White refusing the call up of England? He just felt like he would not be given the time to play, so he wanted to focus on his club. Lord Mayor say, Arsenal versus Barca, Bayern versus Arsenal versus Barca, Bayern versus Atletico de Madrid, Real Madrid versus Man City, Paris Saint-Germain versus Dortmund. And I want to say, from a selfish form of view, I love as Ben White didn't go for international break with England. These 10 games remaining is war. He might still get injured in training, so it's not a big deal. Ferdinand, can I say one of the reasons I love listening to you, sports and reality talk filled with motivational experience. Kingsley Awari say Arsenal versus Bayern. That's his only draw. Yemi Dynamite say money Uncle E. Hi, beautiful sis. You woke me up this morning with some very lovely message. Thank you very much. My mock draw is Arsenal versus Dortmund. That Dortmund team is filled with rascals. So City versus Madrid, Bayern versus Atletico Madrid, and Barcelona versus Paris Saint-Germain. Yemi Dynamite say, as an Arsenal fan, I really wish we get back Barca or Dortmund to make Arsenal fans no wish for any team. Lord Mayor says, boss, which team do you think will knock out Man City? Your own opinion. I think that Man City will go on to win the Champions League if they don't play Madrid in the finals. If they don't play, so if Madrid get knocked out before the finals, Man City will go on to win it. But Madrid needs to be. If Madrid is in the finals, forget about it. I can't remember anybody beating Madrid in the finals. Shoaibu Salmano Karim is Real Madrid versus Borussia Dortmund. Okay. Samway Kiprop, he said Arsenal versus Dortmund. For sure, Arsenal are coming to surprise you. I pray they do. I really pray they do. Lord Mayor say, boss, why do I fear Atletico Madrid and Bayern? Or because Atletico Madrid, I never said that team. They don't give up. They play to the death, and those kind of teams are teams to be wary of. I mean, they are another FC Porto. Shaibu Salmano Karim say Arsenal versus Paris Saint-Germain. So as Sanwell Kiprop says Arsenal always, Barcelona, Dortmund. Arsenal always, Barcelona, Dortmund, or PSG will be best match for sure. Okay. Taiwo Ogunade says, out of contest, will you advise Victor Osimhen to move to Chelsea without UCL or PSG with UCL? I think that Chelsea are going to become a force pretty soon. So if he goes there and he leads them back into the Champions League, would have more respect. But I don't think that Victor Osimhen can play in the Premier League. Now, this is my own take. So I think the easy way out would work for him. He should go to Paris Saint-Germain. That's the easy way out. Because if he goes to the Premier League, Victor Osimhen like to delude himself that everybody should be praising him. Everybody should be singing his praise. He has suffered so much, so right now everybody should be praising him. In England, nobody gives a hoot about you. They are going to scrutinize Victor Osimhen, and Victor Osimhen have a lot of baggages that in Italy they forget. They don't talk about. In England, they are going to talk about it. Will not be able to handle it. So, for a lot of people want let him come. I don't want Victor Osimhen in the Premier League because it will flop in the Premier League. And this because when you say things like, "Oh, you don't like Victor Osimhen," projected, promoted, and supported Victor Osimhen like me. So it's not. Don't even come with the don't like it. But I'm just giving you reality cards on the table. Someone said something some time ago, and he said, "Why are Nigerian journalists not reporting like England journalists?" I said, if Nigerian journalists report like England journalists, there'll be no Super Eagles. There'll be no national team. Because the things that these players do that journalists are aware of, I would just say, kill the story. Like sexting, like getting girl pregnant outside of wedlock, and then refusing to take their call, and then so many things. If we report these players won't are they, so now go hit them. And England is a place where that kind of thing can happen. Like that small TikTok thing that they did in Italy that caused a storm. That one will be regular in England. That would be like fans would troll you, they would threaten you, they would do all sorts. And there's nothing you can do about it. I don't think, yeah, Victor Osimhen is a tough guy, but you see all those his antic, raising his hand, falling on the ground. If England media focus their spotlight on him, Osimhen not go fit play ball. Bruno Fernandes never even do 1% of what Osimhen they do. You see the pressure on him. So I think that for the easy part and for easy way to goals, make more progress in his career, Paris Saint-Germain is good. The money is good. The pressure of the league is not much. I mean, he could go from winning the Italian league and also winning the French league. His CV will show him as winner of multiple league. And then maybe later part of his career when he's 29, he's not a lot more matured, or 29, 30, he could go do the Premier League wherever he wants to play. But right now, if he move from Napoli to Chelsea or to any English team, I'm not going to talk. Ferdinand, can I say, Matthew, I just look your head. I come the reason how you go look to say you cut some skin. Chai! Somehow I thank God, say Nigeria no win on my wife, I thank God pass. My wife will tell me, say she for travel, then wait till my hair grew before she come back. Because I mean, first off, they even cut the dreadlock low like this. She married a man with dreadlocks. She doesn't understand. And then I can't go down. She was just there looking at me that day, like she didn't watch the finals because she was so sure Nigeria will win. She just went into the room, off the TV in the room, went to sleep. More like, let me wake up tomorrow morning and think that this is a dream. But I'm not happy that Nigeria didn't win. I'm not happy. For Africa AFCON medal would have been good. My head, no, I see consequence, and I would just mock me for some days. Ego grew. I come from a family where everybody have hair. You know, see my daughter hair. So I know they fear for hair. If I cut the hair, come out, ego grew again. Which I cut, not be in November, yeah, I cut my head, reach ground. Not be the heavy this. When I come down in, I'm down, I have another bother. You mean that now I say, there is no other team that can team Mbappe, so Madrid is the place for him. But I am looking forward to the ego rivalry between him and Bellingham. There's not going to be rivalry. I don't think there's going to be rivalry. Also, how this would impact the Euros this summer. I think it will not, because the Euro would have ended before it would not go to Madrid. So it doesn't really have any impact on the Euros. Maybe the Olympics. Because Madrid might say, you know what, yeah, hey, you can't play Euros, come back and then go and play in the Olympics. You're not going to the Olympics. And then France have built the brand of the Olympics around Mbappe. You guys are living in Europe, the whole selling point is Mbappe. Now, Madrid might say, we're not going to release you. And there's nothing, they are not obligated to release him anyway. So that might just be the problem. That's the problem I see. Uncle E, who are your top 3 teams will go far in Europe? Spain, I think Spain will go far. I think they have a crop of players right now that are ready to do it, and they've got a little bit of experience now. You can't bet on the Dutch, so I'm not betting on them. Belgium have lost their golden generation. I don't know if they're good enough. Italy have a point to prove. They missed out on 2 World Cup, but they have to defend this Euros. I don't know. Defending champions don't also do too well. I think that England have a squad that's supposed to form a team that will go on there and win it. I think England deserve to win. So I'm not a fan of England 3 line. I don't give a hoot about them. I don't care about them. I mean, why should I care about my colonial masters? I mean, it's not my business, right? But from a football standpoint, I think that England have done just about enough to deserve to win one trophy. The last time England won anything at senior level was 1966. Almost all of us here have not been born then. So I think it's going to be Spain, England. I don't know about Germany. I think Germany have a young crop of players, but I think that they still need 2 years more. The next World Cup, they might come good. But right now, I'm going to put them on the outside of that list and go with the Netherlands. Just I'll go with the Netherlands. It's crazy, but I'll go with them. Olatunji Mane say, why must international break bring in some sort of injuries, like say Narcos? Well, it's not really cause, but it's like driving a truck and they automatically ask you to go drive a small car. The adjustment sometimes is difficult. So to transition from a system that you play into another system, the body movement, the positioning, your physiognomy, everything changes, right? So those moments are the things that bring about those injuries. Not really cause, is the swiftness in the adjustment that causes the body to react that way. Kim Ronald said Arsenal versus Man City. No, I don't want that. It's bad enough that we're going to play in the league and they might just be the one that derail Arsenal from winning the league. I don't want them to be the one that knock Arsenal out of the Champions League. Ferdinand Kenneth say, I think Osimhen, I believe, will be best in PSG. I think so too. Lord Mayor say Arsenal seem to want Victor Osimhen. No, because the reported Edu met with his rep. Okay. I don't think Arsenal would. I don't think Arsenal will pay 130 million for any striker right now and then be willing to pay about 450. That's what Osimhen is asking. I don't think Arsenal would. So that conversation is a rumor to stay there. Lord Mayor say Arsenal seem to want. Okay, I think I've read down. Then I can say Arsenal versus Barcelona, Man City versus Bayern. Shaibu Salamanu Karim says Atletico Madrid, Bayern, Man City versus Barca or Barcelona, or whatever I call. Lord Mayor say, boss, you are sleeping on Portugal. I don't think Portugal would do anything. Yes, I don't think they would. Taiwo Ogunade says Germany didn't call up Karim Adeyemi. England didn't call up Michael Olise and Iberici. Iberici is not available. Don't even bring it. Do you think it's an opportunity to invite them to the Super Eagles? I don't think they want to play. I think Karim Adeyemi have made an appearance for England, if I am not mistaken. Iberici is already gone. We can't invite him anymore. Olise doesn't want to play for Nigeria. Let's face one thing. One of the biggest problem we've had in the last 10 years was that we went to go and invite players who were primarily not interested in Nigeria. But because it was a case of when the desire is not available, the available become the desired, right? As guys, majority of my audience are guys. So as guys, we've been in that place where in school, especially in secondary school or university, secondary school bad boys like us, where this is the girl that we're liking. This is the girl that we're loving. She's not sending us. Then there's this other girl that's just throwing herself at us. We end up getting a slice of her cake, but never treating her well because she's not the girl in our head. This is the one. And that's what has happened with the Leon Baloguns, the Fanny Koko, Chris Armstrong, Abby George. We've had this whole generation of players. And then this last set, Alex Iwobi, what's it called? What's that one that they give our number 10 jersey to? Joe Aribo. All of these guys who are not really interested in playing, who when they lose, they don't even feel. What's that one that felt like he was the superstar when he never even started playing, but that played for Watford, Nottingham Forest, and went to Besiktas? Was Emmanuel Dennis? You see, all these guys don't have the interest to play for Nigeria. So I'm not going to sit here and say let's go for Michael Olise. Michael Olise made it clear Nigeria is not on his list. So you're inviting him and he now decides reluctantly like, oh, okay, I don't have a chance to play for France. I don't have a chance to play for England. I don't have a chance to play for Algeria. Let me go and even play for this country. And then he comes in. Remember, because he's not passionate about Nigeria. Anybody you're not passionate about their friendship, you start seeing fault. You start, oh, he sweats, the smell. He sheds, no, you know, iron clothes. He should the smell. You start seeing fault. Any place you are not interested about, there's what if they take you to the best countries in the world right now, but you're not interested in going there, you start saying fault. Oh, the country is too comfortable, everything is so fine, and my mom put no even day, and I can't enter Okada from here to there. That's the kind of thing that happens with this set of players. So I don't think that Nigeria should bother about any one of them. The players you have, harmonize them, put them well, give them a good training system, give them good coaches, and then you can win. Nigeria does not need Michael Olise or Iberechieze or Karim Adeyemi who are not interested to come play for us. It's like saying the Nigerian national team basketball team should go and invite Giannis Adetokounmpo. No, he's interested in making his life story from the Nigerian perspective because the audience gives number to his project, but it doesn't need Nigeria. Nigeria also do not need him. Use the ones you have, groom them very well, and you're fine. Kim Rona says, at what time are the draws? I think it's 1 p.m., if I'm not mistaken. Olatunji Emmanuel says, what do you think of Shesko of Leipzig, as well as Javi. Okay, so Javi Simons is a fantastic player, but I still need him to get like 2 more years experience. I mean, I talked about Chesko last season, and I think that, like I said, I would like to have him at Arsenal, but people said he's not ready yet. I don't know when he will be ready. If you look at 16-year-old playing for Barcelona, and Musiala have been playing since forever from Paris Saint-Germain to Bayern Munich. I mean, I don't know when they will be ready, but I think that they're ready if they're playing at that level. But hey, ready is relative to different type of people. One go first to say Arsenal will be drawn with Barcelona. Olatunji Emmanuel say, why must we always beg people to come at the attire? To come. It's a disaster waiting. I also don't like that African teams celebrate players who change nationality to them like they are beggars. Some are not even that good. Thank you very much. One go first and say, if Wambali will not be available for the friendly, I would prefer Nigeria replacing him with that Arsenal goalie for the friendly. Well, would there be time enough for that? But let's see what happens. Well, thank you very much. Additional on the show already. Thank you very much, everyone, for your time. Thank you for the comments. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the views. Thank you for subscribing to our channel as well. God bless every one of you. Let's do this again tomorrow. By tomorrow, we would have sent. Oh, tomorrow is Saturday now. We can't do it tomorrow, but I'll give you updates in the evening. Yeah, so we have the night show instead of the morning show. We'll have the night show tomorrow and on Sunday because of what's going on in the All African Games. And it might come in very late because sometimes we come in like 10, 11 of the from the field. Our apartment is a bit far away from where everybody is. And I like to stay away from the noise. If you know me well as a person, I like to stay away from the noise. I also don't like, I know that if I go stay close to where every other journalist is, people will be jumping in on us. And I brought in 4 other people. It's okay if you do it with me, but these people, some of them, this is their first time invading their space and their privacy. It's not really one of those things. You have to lead and also protect the people in your team. So I have to keep them protected and safe. That's why we're far away. I mean, it's a bit higher, a lot more expensive. But hey, what is what doing? They say is what doing well. Protect the people on your team, and then they will protect your content. They will give you the very best. That's the belief that I have. Make your team happy, and then they will give you the very, very best. Thank you very much, everyone, for being on the show today. God bless you. Have a wonderful week. Like I always, weekend, sorry. Like I always say, don't be part of the problem, but the solution. And if you cannot be the solution, definitely not everybody can be the solution. Don't stand in the way of those that are the solution. Good example. They are trying to fix road or light or bring transformer to your community. And then you go and block them at the junction and say, if they're not giving us money, they're not going to do the road or they're not going to bring the transformer. My dear, those people that are bringing it, they don't even live in your community. They might take it and go somewhere else. Again, whatever they are bringing through your community, there are a million and one other community that needs it. If you use your stubbornness, your coconut head to block it, it will be diverted somewhere else and you people will suffer in your community. So if you cannot be the solution, don't stand in the way of the solution. God bless you and have a wonderful weekend ahead. And may the draw favor your team if your team is still in the competition. If it is not, whatever game your team plays over the weekend, may the result go well. Unless you're a Man City. I mean, okay, there's no match this weekend. So, but when the league resume, Man City fans, I'm not wishing you well. Arsenal should win that game at least. Thank you very much. My name once again is Ida Fimachi. You love to come in there with on Sports. It's been a wonderful time on the show this morning. God bless you and have a great weekend.